to the party.
And we finally are able to take a breather and do a reaction to the Schmoedown.
Yeah, it has been a while since we have done a reaction to the movie trivia Schmoedown. Anything new happen? Yeah, we know. A lot has happened in the last few weeks.
Yes, we've been caught up, but now we are finally able to sit down and watch with you guys.
We actually even listened to some of them because we just were so busy in going to so many October-y things. Isn't Oktoberfest coming up soon? You can find all the stuff that we did on our channel, and we went to Halloween Horror Nights with Janine the Machine.
And we even had a cameo by Emma Fife
at Universal Studios, and it was awesome. You can find all those videos on our channel. Even went to Not Scary Farm, Nightfall at Old Tucson 2018, even shot some vlogs that we haven't even edited and uploaded yet. So yeah, we have been incredibly busy. But the battle that we wanted to see happen all the way back when we saw the Founding Fathers take their victory at the live event, and of course our boy Chance did pretty well in the last match that he was in with Kalinowski.
Yep.
But they are all clashing together now in what I hope to be the match for the ages. So hashtag who you got?
This is a tough one a little bit, but I do want to see, as far as like the Anarchy story and the height that it is, I would like to see Corruption go. Although Founding Fathers are awesome and they both kick ass, it's just, yeah, sorry Rocha, I know that it's your birthday. Happy birthday, by the way. But I have to go Corruption. Whew. That cut me too.
A little verklempt. But yeah, I'm going Corruption as well because it's our boy Chance. I mean, come on, you got to go for your hometown hero. And I love Rocha, I love Murrell, but this is where their road ends because Corruption, in order just for storyline's sake, has to make it all the way through. Chance got to show the badass that he is, and Mike Kalinowski needs to redeem his path to victory after the not so close but not close enough loss that he had. So let's get into the battle between Corruption and the Founding Fathers.
Now!
I'm so excited.
Feels like forever ago.
When I first met Chance, he was wearing a new Murrell order shirt, so...
Well, it should. We are in the midst of Anarchy, round number 2. Mark Ellis over here. I'm Christian Harloff, and Mark, what a battle we have tonight.
It's going to be a doozy, Christian. We have the old guard versus new classics. It's like Young Guns 1 is playing Young Guns 2.
That's absolutely right. Listen, this is a thing that Mike Kalinowski put together. Well, we say Thad, but we know that Kalinowski was the one who put it
Pulling
together.
the strings, the puppet master.
And one of the things that it might have backfired on him was that inside of this randomized tournament, John Rocha and Dan Murrell, once foes, are now teammates. And they showed at their first match at the live event. They took care of business when they beat Stacey Howard and
we were
Winston
there.
Marshall. They did it. They got here. And Mike Kalinowski was also playing coy. Who's this Chance Ellison kid? Well,
Never heard of him.
Well, we found him. We know who he is now. 7 questions right in the first. They fought well to get back against Rachel Silvestrini and Devon Stewart. They wound up winning that match.
I love that, by the way.
They are going into round number 2.
Because they have their own.
It's just, yeah, it fits so
But it fits
well.
between the two.
Can Chance Ellison, can he put up a performance against 2 of the greatest of all time?
That's right, and John Rocha, Dan Murrell, now that they've had some success and they've experienced failure, they've had some hurt of late in the movie trivia Schmoedown in general, can they come back, form a team? Certainly, like you mentioned, at the live event, I flew 4,000 miles just to see them play, not since the Foo Fighters have 2 Fs come together so well. Now, when you look on the other side, Corruption, Mike Kalinowski, Chance Ellison, I'm a big fan of this Ellison kid. What is he, 9, 10, 11?
Something
He's
like
a
that.
prodigy. He's like the Bobby Fischer of movie trivia Schmoedown.
Well, we're going to find out. He was
pretty
playing
damn
out
good.
in the fan leagues for a while, and he had never been beaten. So Mike Kalinowski recruited him, brought him in. Here we go. We have him in Corruption. But the other thing that we have, John Rocha is going under the radar here, potentially Player of the Year. He won a lot of matches. He is now going up for the championship right around the corner here against Bibiani. And Dan Murrell, I saw it in his eyes. The Dan Murrell from 2 years ago seems like he's back. When
We're right over there.
I looked at, he's hungry again.
Sitting
He
in
wants
front
to
of
play
Dan
because
Murrell's
he's like,
mom.
win or lose, he just
She's
wants to
nice.
play the game again. I think when he came back, it was just kind of thrown back into what it is now. I think he gets it now. I think he just wants to play again, and that is pun intended, a dangerous Dan.
Well, we're at the time of the year where you start thinking about Player of the Year honors, about awards, and if you're going to compare these two teams to current award caliber movies, I would say the Founding Fathers, they're like First Man, some of the first to ever do things. Corruption, A Star is Born, minus the romantic tension. Let's see what the teams themselves had to say.
All right. Founding Fathers, that's what we called ourselves because we built this thing. The greatest of all time. And the other face on Mount Rushmore coming together.
Look how humble
took care of
Murrell
business
is.
at that live event. You saw it. The man back from the dead took care of us, answered all those movie release dates. I had to sit back. It was nice to sit in the back seat and watch Dan drive. Watch the new Murrell order drive.
It's like watching
this bus.
Bateman do it.
Here we are, gentlemen,
It's
round
remarkable.
2 where the tournament starts really getting interesting. And we, the fine fellows of corruption, are taking on the Founding Fathers. And much like our Founding Fathers here in these United States of America, their ancient history.
We got a fresh face on the other side of that table. I like having an inexperienced player because you know what? Sometimes they work out, but sometimes they get caught in those lights, John.
Yeah.
And I like that we're facing somebody that just might happen. It's easy to be a fan of the game. Can he play the game, and can he play the game against the two of us?
Right.
That's what we're going to find out here today.
You know, I get a lot of people asking me, what's it feel like, being in your second match, having to go up against two all-time greats in Murrell and Rocha. How do I feel? I feel like I'm fighting fucking fossils over here.
I've had just about enough of
Damn.
corruption. When it first started, I was like,
No holds
that's cute,
barred,
that's
Chance.
nice. You handle your side of the business. The Schmoedown kingdom is big enough to let you live and let us live. But now you're coming up against the Horseman, son. We are the league, and we are gonna crush you.
There's no weak links in the second round. There's no one. There are fantastic teams here. We came into this, some people are saying that they're the favorites or whatever, their history or whatever, but hey, they're great competitors. Not going to dodge them on that. They earn my respect, but this is where it ends for them. It's the end of the line.
I don't look past games, and I don't look past opponents, and I don't look past what we're doing here today. But if we're lucky enough to win here today, and I get a chance at that other half of team action, I can't wait for that.
Rocha, Murrell, your has been, I am now. As in, I am now going to go with boy Mike right here into that ring, and we're going to beat both of you. Kid speaks the truth.
He does. Today is about looking at the past and then going to the future.
What did I tell you? An angry Dan, a driven Dan, a hungry Dan is
so
a
much an
dangerous
angry
Dan.
Dan.
I'm so lucky to be riding side by side
Hungry
with
Dan.
this guy. We'll see what happens in the match.
Well, Ken Knapsack was the one kind of shooting his mouth off and saying that this is the team to beat and really pumping up the kid. And then Mike Kalinowski's a triple threat in singles, in inner geekdom, obviously, and in teams. So Mike Kalinowski's someone that you can't mess with in behind the scenes. In front of the trivia desk, he's always a threat. Now, Chance Ellison, that was his first match. What is he going to do, not just under the lights here in this big round, but big second round, but when he looks over and there's the former team champion, singles champion, and then there's the former two-time champion, will he be able to handle it?
To quote Mark Wahlberg in the classic rock star, he grew up with pictures of these guys on his walls, and now he's one of them, or he may be beating both of them. Here today, Christian, what's the tale of tape? Give
I
me
use
some
that in our
strengths.
Tale of the tape for
pre-interview.
corruption. We don't really know all the strengths of Chance Ellison, but we're going to go ahead and say we have 90s movies. There are
I know the
comic book
weaknesses of
movies,
Chance Ellison.
and staying under the radar and just listening to Ken eat Taco Bell.
And going to summer camp, he's a child.
Yeah, the Founding Fathers, movie release dates we see was a strength. Westerns, biopics, and
All
on the
the
quest
titles,
for
all the
every
belts.
title, all the titles, all the belts, all the records. That's a direct quote.
One team is damn close to having their double ARP card. The other one looking to make a stamp in this tournament. Either way, it's going to be chaotic. It's going to be anarchy.
Are you ready to get going?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if the audience is
Haven't
ready.
done this in a while.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the
Movie Trivia
Schmoedown!
Surrounding us.
Introducing first,
I'm gonna be so rusty. This shit.
led to the ring by their manager, the Pitch Boss, Ken Knapsack, with a record of 1 win, no defeats.
Remember when we saw Tom Zimmer live? They played that song?
It was great.
See that on our channel too.
Ellison.
Just look up Hans Zimmer late to the party.
Corruption. There's Ken.
I believe he pilfered a whiteboard backstage.
These guys crashed the live event. Kalinowski putting himself in the main event of the spectacular, one of the main events, the Intergeekdom.
Come on, boys.
Title match. And there you have Chance.
We each have water at the table.
By this at all.
No, they look like
How
they're pretty
classy.
happy to be in a Judas Priest cover band.
And their opponents
Oh,
with
good
a
old
record
Mark.
of 1 win,
Always hitting the
no
mark.
defeats, and 1 knockout. He is the former team champion, former singles champion, and the #1 ranked contender, John the Outlaw Rocha, and his partner, the 2-time movie trivia Schmoedown champion, Dangerous Dan Murrell, the founding fathers.
I do really like the theme that was made for them.
What an ovation these two legends.
Fight spell he's walking out with. They hold up the 5, it equals 10, and that's what they've been. A perfect score thus
Listen,
far.
we face both these guys. Did you ever think that you'd see the day the two competing them together?
Oh, I mean, they're such tough individuals. You didn't figure they'd ever want to be a part of any team.
No.
And now the fact they're thrown together, how good their chemistry was at the live show, really showed me something. Clearly, they've retained that focus here today.
And Dan Murrell right now.
It's just so cool seeing
reigning
Chance rise up to the
Ice
leagues, you know, the
champion
big
as well.
leagues.
Sits down, and that might
It's
be
awesome.
good because
He
when
deserves
won
it.
his first
Like
time,
we did it, but we did it
was
from a
the
completely
French
different
champion.
point of
You were
view.
just
Like the
full
kid worked
facts.
his ass
he
off
recently got that belt
to
back.
get there.
All right.
We just
So Mark,
Had fun.
our
Played
competitors
along.
have sat down at the table.
Let's do this.
Then let's get
ready to Schmoedown! You guys miss this? I miss this.
Full house here today.
Crowd is
Full house.
enthusiastic because when you ask the competitors they're ready, they barely warbled a yes. Are they nervous? Are they tight? Or are they sleepy?
They just want to
No,
get
we're gonna
ready.
find out right now.
Yeah,
Here
they're
we go,
focused.
gentlemen.
They're
In the category of comedies, Aaron Paul appears as Dwayne Johnson's former partner, Phil, in which film?
I auditioned for RB3's movie today. Didn't get it.
Well,
Didn't book it.
What's the name of that movie?
I made the call. I made the call and told him not to
Are you a
catch it.
producer on the
5,
Dang.
Show me the
4,
Carfax.
I don't remember
3,
the name of the movie. Something
2.
out.
Aaron Paul
Maybe.
appears as Dwayne Johnson's former partner, Phil, in what film?
Man, no Aaron Paul's in Need for Speed, but I don't think
It's the one with Kevin Hart, I'm
I've heard
assuming.
from his people.
I almost feel. 5,
it's the one I'm going with.
4,
It's a phone call.
3, 2.
Repeat the
1.
question.
Heads down. Mike Kalinowski.
Central Intelligence?
Correct.
It says
Rocha.
Central Intelligence. I would have repeated the question. I would have gotten it.
Central
I had to get
Intelligence.
there for a
Dan.
second.
I remembered it, but too late because I said the other guys.
Oh, so Dan,
I remembered it after the bell.
All right, so we got 2-1.
Well, maybe
2-1.
a little rusty from that long drive from Beverly Hills all the way out to where we shoot our show in Cincinnati, Ohio.
We got Christian on that
So
one.
action adventure films. These are action adventure movies. In the 1996 film Twister, the new device designed to gather data from tornadoes is named after what fictional character?
I love this movie. Rest in peace, Bill Paxton. I'm gonna give that first one to
4.
me.
Humans being great.
3.
I'm gonna give this one to
Still
me
talking.
because I already
2,
know the name
1.
of it.
Pens down. Pens down. Rocha.
Dorothy?
Correct. Chance.
Didn't have it.
Didn't have it.
What?
Dorothy.
Yeah, Mike.
Didn't have it.
Mike didn't have it either, so the founding
Come on.
fathers
Damn,
jumping
boys.
over and getting a lead
Kill
there.
me.
3-2.
I love Twister.
Next question here. Dramas. Which song plays during the opening credits as Peter Fonda and Dennis Hopper start their journey in 1969's Easy Rider?
The tornado device in Twister named Dorothy, of course, in honor of the Golden Girls character.
I have no idea.
5. It's true. 4,
I
3,
missed this one.
2, 1. Pens down,
Oh
please.
yeah, that
Chance.
seems
Born
right.
to be wild.
That is correct.
Yep.
Dan.
Born to be wild.
Yep. Mike.
A man comes around.
Oh, and Rocha.
Born to be wild.
Rocha had it.
And
So-
whatever comes our way.
Next question.
All right, in the world of animated movies, is
Well, we're
your
supposed
next
to write our-
query, and it
what do we
is,
got right now?
what is the name of Bambi's rabbit friend in Disney's Bambi?
Good old Bamps.
One could say Bambi and her rabbit friend, Born to be Wild.
5. 4.
Oh,
3.
God, I'm good.
2.
That's why
1.
they
Pens
call
down.
me
Dan.
Thumper.
Thumper.
Correct. Mike.
Thumper.
Yep. What's your name? Rocha.
Thumper.
And Chance.
Thumper.
Yes. All right, 7-5. 7-5.
So we haven't done it for so long.
Fantasy
Got to write our points down at the
Fantasy
bottom.
sci-fi. What 2000 sci-fi film starring Val Kilmer and Tom Sizemore follows a group of astronauts being terrorized by their own robot after their Mars mission goes awry? Use that word enough, awry.
Yeah, it's a ride.
I don't know if this is right, but I'm gonna guess it anyways.
4,
Okay.
3,
It goes all
2,
race.
1. Pens down. Mike
Yeah, I
Brown.
know that.
Red
Sometimes
Planet.
it's in
Yes.
the back of my
Broken.
brain.
Mission to Mars.
The other one, that's Gary Sinise.
Red Planet.
Dan got it. Dan on
cheat
fire
it.
now.
Thank you, Dan.
8-6.
Maybe doing this
Move on
hiatus
to
is good for
Scott
us.
Man's,
Yeah.
excuse me, Ben Bateman's favorite category, movie release dates.
Movie release
And your question
dates.
is, Oliver Stone's historical drama JFK was released in what year?
And now I'm out.
Good luck, everybody.
We are
just gonna go with the first thing that popped in my head.
And we are going to send Val Kilmer and Tom
Oh,
Simon.
no way.
I'm trying
No.
to stop at 4.
Yeah,
3,
older
two,
than that. Okay, I'm gonna do
Hands down,
that.
please. And John Roca.
I don't know. 1991?
Correct.
Oh,
Chance.
damn.
1991.
Yep. Dan.
Nice.
1991.
And Kalinowski.
1991.
Oh, look at that.
A lot of games
I like
shit
it.
going on
Freaking
in
I
the
like
game
it.
right
I
now.
like it. But it's a
94.
hell of a game right now as we got 10-8 as we get to our next question. Horror slash
Cost me to
thriller,
lose.
gentlemen. Horror thriller. In 1982's Poltergeist, who played the father, Stephen Freeling?
Wow,
They all.
not wasting their time.
No,
there. You think they're gonna act like
I
they don't
always
know
get
the
his
answer?
name.
Roca probably.
It's
No.
so entertaining.
They only move the
5.
It
headstones.
doesn't waste time at all.
4,
God damn it, Mr.
3.
Incredible!
Huh?
2,
Ugh.
1. Chance.
It's gonna
Coach.
kill me.
That is correct.
Damn it!
Craig T. Nelson.
And Kalinowski.
Craig T. Nelson.
And Roca.
To the Ben Bateman. 3, 2, 1. Craig T. Nelson.
That's correct.
Coach, great
Oh,
sitcom.
man.
So,
I'm really
look at
disappointed
this.
in that
Founding
one.
Fathers
I knew
here up
it
by
too.
2 points over corruption, but it's a hell of a game.
12
You
to
only
10,
move the
Fathers Corruption
headstones.
sounds like a discount.
You can check us out in the
We
Freeling
move on
House
to
at
our
Poltergeist
last
from
question
Universal
in
Studios
round
Halloween
number
Horror
one,
Nights.
And it is a
Yep.
Patreon
On our channel.
question. Thank you to Jake
Twice.
Hammer. Loyal patron
Yep.
Jake. Getting
Jake
another
Hammer!
applause
He's
Clap
one
for
of
the
our
patrons,
patrons as
Chance.
well.
Same mention on the future episode. Just support the movie trivia Schmoedown Patreon. Select which tier is right for you. Jake.
Love you, Jake.
Big fan of family films today.
Cool,
Wants
cool.
to go with the family
Is the platform
films.
now?
And your question about this family film. Name the family film from the following quotes. Attention campers, lunch has been canceled today
Due to lack of hustle, deal with it.
You had to do it in that voice.
First round for that.
I don't know how to spell it though.
Great friend.
And
If
5,
we were playing, I would have
4,
said that and then
3.
inadvertently
2,
given her the answer.
1.
Could I do
Pens
that just by
down, starting with
repeating the
Mike
question?
Is it heavyweights?
I would have gotten
Damn.
it eventually, but that twang that you
Chance.
got in your
Heavyweights.
voice or
And
that.
Dan.
I said The Sandlot.
Wow, tie game.
Look at that.
Tie game. Chance and Kalinowski hit it.
Lunch has been
Got
canceled
Founding
due to
Fathers
lack
had a
of
great
hustle.
first round, but missed that one. And
Did
that is a
it.
hell of a first round as we have a tie
Do two
game
and
there.
Lars.
Wow, what a first round that was. Mark, how does round 2 work?
in round number
Buddy.
2, now the
Buddy.
teams are allowed to collaborate between their members.
I got
to
7
come up with their
points.
best
I got
attempt
5.
Not
at a
bad.
correct answer. Each team is going to answer 6
We had the same
questions
points as them.
provided
Yep.
courtesy of the Wheel of Doom, Justice
Yeah.
/ Fate.
We're gonna go second.
Second. All right, so corruption chooser, and please spin from the wheel, not the pegs.
Let's go, money.
The
Grab the
wheel,
wheel, not the peg.
not the pegs. We've been there
Right,
firsthand
that Jim
before.
Henson one is
Yeah.
Kalinowski
I'm
giving
fascinated
it
by
a
that.
spin. And Alex, the PAA, is cringing, hoping that the peg doesn't follow.
Here we go. As I apologize
Oh, the
to our
wheel.
editor, Aaron.
It's been a while.
I'm
Right.
hoping they hit something they like so we
Looking
don't have
at
to spin it. I know it's
spinner's choice is coming around there. A little too hot. A little too hot. It could be Jim Henson.
Action
Yeah,
adventure.
they got it.
Action
They
adventure.
got it.
Take
Yeah,
it.
they got
They
it.
feel
He
good.
likes it. All right, action
Take
adventure.
it.
I'm gonna do what you do.
They feel good about that one, and I will be administering the questions in the world of action adventure 2, the Corrupt 2. And your first question of 6 in this slate, Chance and Mike. What Game of Thrones star played Harrow Tovar in The Great Wall?
What's his name? He was also in The Kingsman.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
It is, in fact, Pedro Pascal for 2
I wouldn't have
points.
remembered Pedro Pascal.
And they're off to a hot start. Your
You're
next
my
question.
thing.
Even though I
You're
love
my
him.
What film
Even though I love him in,
is
Kingsman
Jean-Claude
2.
Van Damme's directorial debut?
Oh,
Double impact. Oh, wow.
sudden impact.
Yeah,
The
that one.
Quest.
Starring Roger Moore as well. 2 more points.
Yeah, I have no
A good
clue.
round here so far. Corruption is.
Good job,
Next
guys.
Who plays the
Whiffing in
female love interest to Charlize
action.
Theron in Atomic Blonde?
Sophia Boutella?
Yeah.
It is, in fact, Sophia Boutella,
That
and they're
girl.
still perfect. Round number 2 is we're halfway through. Next question. In Mad Max Fury Road, what is the name of Immortan Joe's followers who are chasing Furiosa and Max, and that he was once a part of? That Nux was once a part of?
The War Boys.
Yep.
War
It is, in
Boys.
fact, the
Damn.
War Boys, and
It's impressive.
do we just give them the next points, or do we have to ask the question?
That was number. This is
Very
question
good
5.
stuff here.
Man, it's been a
Your
while since I've
penultimate
watched
question
it.
In round number 2. What
Doing
real-life
good.
author does Paul Bettany portray in 2001's A Knight's Tale?
Damn.
Hemingway. I don't
In medieval
know.
times?
Yep.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, William Shakespeare, B, Geoffrey Chaucer, C, Thomas Mallory, D, John Milton?
Thomas
That's a hell of a
Mallory.
question right there.
Chaucer?
It is, in fact, Chaucer. Give him one
That's
more
a 5-pointer
point.
right there.
It's alright.
And they have one more chance for points in round number 2, unless they
Haven't seen
steal
that
all the
movie
rounds
in
so
a
far.
long time.
Hell of a
It's
round.
been a
Doing
while.
very well.
It's a good
You gotta
movie.
wonder if the founding fathers are shaking in their powdered wigs. Your last
Alan
question
Tudyk.
is: in 2004's Troy, who plays the main antagonist Agamemnon, whom Achilles begrudgingly fights for?
Brian Cox.
Brian Cox.
Very impressive round. That is correct.
Also the chief from Super Troopers.
Sure is.
And the original Hannibal Lecter.
Yep,
All
that
right,
too.
so corruption taking a
She's just going with
huge
it on
lead.
each one.
11
I am.
points here. 11 points, and the Falcons
I
have
knew
hit
he was
something
the
that they
chief
are
from
confident with here.
Give me the goddamn tote.
Rocha, go ahead and give it a spin, please, from the wheel.
Super Troopers.
There's the
Rocha
spin.
grabbing it from the
gonna
wheel. He looked it over a little bit,
Yep.
trying to decipher how hard he wants to get a spin. He's been up at this
Yeah,
wheel
they-
more times than he'd like to recount.
They need something that they're going to be strong.
It
Oh,
could be
it's coming
spinner's
around.
choice. It's coming
It's
around a little too hot.
A little too hot.
Is it going to be Jim
Jim
Henson?
Henson.
How do they feel about it?
Yeah,
Murrell
spin again.
giving a sign to spin again.
There's the
Don't
spin.
do it
That
as
is the
hard.
Mulligan. They're going to have to take
Whatever they
whatever
land on.
category they spin. Could be Jim Henson again. You never know. James Bond, Louis Kalinowski, they would probably like to avoid that.
Oh,
And it looks like they're going to
Okay,
be
good.
coming up towards horror movies here, Christian.
Horror.
Come on.
Horror movies.
A lot of
I think
classics in
Dan
horror.
Murrell can probably take it. I mean, Mara's pretty good at horror, so.
Yeah, although
Horror movies. I know you're
I've heard
afraid
somewhere
of
I'm like,
horror films.
what,
Okay, read
what?
these questions.
I am indeed. All right, here we
In
go,
the horror
guys.
category?
Here we go.
Tim's good at it.
Yeah.
Here we go. 'Cause this one.
Did you see the nun?
remember Tim? I remember that guy.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Is that
Where
Yeah,
is
2
he?
points.
Whatever
All right, here we
happened
go.
to him?
First question in horror: who plays the girl who was possessed? Regan McNeil in 1973's The Exorcist.
Linda Blair.
Linda Blair.
Damn, girl.
Okay.
Where's
know
up, pea
some
soup? It's
stuff.
gross.
Question
We
2:
saw her from
who
afar.
played Candyman in the 1992
Tony Todd.
film Candyman?
Tony Todd.
Been a hell of an October, ladies and gentlemen. Been doing a lot of vlogging.
4 teenage outcast girls pursue witchcraft for their own gain, but soon encounter negative repercussions in what?
The Craft.
The Craft.
Supernatural horror
Yeah.
film.
Good craft.
The Craft.
2 points.
They're running through a category they didn't necessarily.
These
yearn
are
for,
horror
but
questions
it's
that are
bearing
just
fruit
my
so far.
speed.
Next question 4. In Bubba Hotep, Bruce Campbell plays Elvis Presley, who was forced to battle the evil mummy with his friend Jack. Jack claims to be which famous ex-president?
That one I don't know.
Correct.
Who?
All right.
That is
I didn't know who it was.
Kennedy.
Or John F. Kennedy, if you want to be
JFK.
specific.
All right.
That's what they spent.
I don't know. Go back and rewatch it. Did I start saying
knew
Jack?
Jack Kennedy.
Because that was my.
You would know Jack Kennedy.
Who I
Question
thought.
5. Question 5. In 2000's Scary Movie, who plays the series' main protagonist?
Anna Faris.
Anna Faris. She plays Cindy.
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 Anna Faris.
2 points.
All right, they are within 1 of taking the lead or tying corruption. It all depends on this last question.
All right, here you go. How many films have officially been released in the Paranormal Activity film
7.
series? You have 20 seconds.
5? No, 7. 6.
Oh, there was that damn ghost dimension.
Yeah. Because it was 5. It's 6.
I'd say 6.
4, 3.
I'm gonna say 6.
We'll do multiple choice.
Okay. Is it A, 3, B,
it's
5,
six.
C, 6, D, 8.
Because there was 5 and Ghost Dimension.
5, 4.
Including the marked ones?
6.
Correct for 1
Okay.
point.
And we are
Yeah.
tied.
Because I remember the girl
Let's
with
do
the
this,
laptop. I think
boys.
that was 5.
Let's have some fun as we now see a tie game.
Because I might have-
Look at
What
this.
Maneuvering
Look at
around
that, neck and neck.
category. 23-23. Who'd have thunk it there with those
Neck and neck in
categories
round
as we
one, neck
now
and
get
neck in
to
round 2.
Number 3, Mark tie game.
We did
How's
pretty
it go?
good.
This is
More.
good
Did
stuff
pretty good.
right now. The
Not so much in
Founding Fathers
action.
looking like Alexander
No,
Hamilton.
that's
Will Corruption end up being their Aaron Burr in round number 3?
Aaron
Each team is
Burr,
gonna
remember
give
that
us a
commercial?
series of numbers.
And let's start here. All right, 16. That's what you guys chose. And you got directors.
All right, here we go.
Who's choosing directors?
Talking
Yeah.
over.
I'll take it.
You're going to take it. All right, here you go, Mike. Directors. Ridley Scott, David Fincher, and James Cameron have all directed films in
Aliens.
which film franchise?
Or Alien. Yeah, Aliens. Alien.
The Alien franchise.
That's correct.
There you go.
Good point.
Good job.
All right.
You know what's funny?
Now we
Heard the
jump
names,
to
wasn't even
Founding
listening to
Fathers,
them.
Category number 8.
All right, Founding Fathers. Mr. Washington, Mr. Jefferson. Selected category number 8. That corresponds to the world of dance.
Ooh.
Step up.
Who would like to take dance movies, the subject you both adore?
What do you think?
I guess I'll take it.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get the 3. Yeah, I'll take
Alright.
the sword on this one.
John
What
Rocha
champ?
Congratulations, guys.
will be answering dance
Jesus.
movies. And your question
Can I
is,
phone a friend?
Black Swan stars Natalie Portman and Mila Kunis competing for the lead role in what classic ballet?
Swan
Swan.
Lake.
Yeah,
Two
that
points.
one. Swan.
He loves his dance movies and the knowledge paid off. here.
Also in an episode of Save the
All
Bell.
right, we bounce back here to corruption. Now Chance Ellison will go with crime.
Zach
Crime
Kiss
movies.
Jesse.
Crime movies. Here you go, Chance. Who plays NYPD
Oh, wait, that was Snow
cop
White.
and friend of Freddie Heflin, Gary Figgis, in Copland?
What's his name?
Five.
Tracy
I didn't
Morgan.
get the first part of that question. Can you hear it again?
No, you're thinking of Cop Out.
Oh,
Who
yeah,
plays
never mind.
NYPD
You're right,
cop
'cause
and
it's-
thinking
friend of
Copland
Freddie
is
Heflin, Gary
Sylvester
Figgis in
Stallone, but I don't remember anybody in it other than
You're
him.
right, I'm thinking Cop Out. Yeah.
Correct, looking for Ray Liotta. Ray Liotta.
Damn.
All right, bouncing back to
Damn.
Roll now for the lead.
That's tough. That's tough. That's tough.
All right,
Oh, wow,
so Dan
they could
Burrow
totally
gets a
run away with it
3-point
right
leader
here.
For number 12.
Which corresponds up here in my answer desk. The world of sports movies.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, shit.
Movies with
Yeah.
some sort of athletic ability. And your question
Come on,
is,
Dan.
in Remember the Titans,
Oh.
who played Coach Yost's football-loving daughter, Cheryl?
Hannah Panettiere. Hayden Panettiere. Hayden
I wouldn't know.
Panettiere.
I wouldn't know that.
Hayden Panettiere.
I wouldn't know that.
5, 4, 3.
I'll JTE.
All right. In Remember the Titans,
Wow,
who
yeah.
played Coach Yost?
I remember Hayden Panettiere in Joe Somebody with Tim Allen,
Nope, it's Hayden Panettiere.
but
5.
I don't know.
She, fun fact, has the same birthday as me to the
2.
day.
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson.
Looking for
Hayden
Look at that.
Wow.
Oh my
Back
God.
and forth we go.
Still tied, 5 pointers each.
I've seen that
So
like
now-
one time. I don't remember that.
So remember the Titans again, coming
I
back
know,
to rear its
jeez.
ugly
I've
head.
never seen it still.
Remember the Titans before? I got
I've seen it, that's why. But
so
I don't
Sam
remember
Levine,
a whole
it
lot
hurt
of it.
Sam and it hurt Drew, and now it gets dangerous, Dan.
Maybe it's one of
as
those
we
we gotta
now
watch.
get to
There's a
corruption,
lot.
who's
Yeah,
got
there's
their
a lot.
5-pointer. If they
Starting
hit it,
with Sister
they
Act.
bounce back and force the Founding Fathers to hit their 5, or if they miss it, they
Gosh.
give the Founding Fathers a chance to win the game. Here you go. Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock is the category. Sandra Bullock. Here we go.
Come on.
Name the 2015 film that pits political strategist Calamity Jane against her arch rival Pat Candy, played by Billy Bob Thornton.
What's that name of the movie? I totally forgot about this movie. Dang.
5, 4.
This is question 3, though.
Repeat the question.
There you
Name
go.
the 2015
Discuss
film
it. Talk it through.
that pits political strategist Calamity Jane against
yeah,
her
you're right.
arch
They don't
rival
know?
Pat Candy, played by Billy Bob Thornton.
Our brand is Crisis.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Big shot there.
Wow.
Gives
Look at that. That was all
Corruption
him.
a chance to win the game.
Wow.
But the founding
My mind
fathers
is
have
off.
a chance to tie
Okay.
it
I
and
don't
sudden
remember that.
death overtime.
Let's see.
A duel, if you will.
I remember
Your
the one with
question
George Clooney
is
and
number
Julia
6,
Roberts.
which you are allowed to collaborate on.
I don't even remember.
Comes
Yeah, it
from
was
Christian's guest
something
number
about
6,
money.
And it's from
Yeah,
the
money
world.
something. Monster money.
That
Money
is
monster.
sports
Money.
I don't remember.
Now you get
It has
one.
money and monster in it.
Sorry, John.
Crowd loves it. Like
Directed
founding
by
fathers
Jodie
are
Foster.
allowed to
Are left?
cancel.
They have one left.
Each
All
have
right.
one left.
No.
Gentlemen,
According to the screen,
your
they do.
question. For 5 points and descended into extra innings.
Can we get him to calm down over there, or is that?
No, he's not doing anything.
That's fine.
Not you, fool. Nobody's looking at you.
All eyes on me.
Please.
So exciting.
Come on, let's go.
I would agree with that sentiment. Who played Ralph, the kidnapper, in Robert Zemeckis' Romancing the Stone?
Danny DeVito.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Christ.
That's what I was thinking too. Was Danny DeVito?
Was he a kidnapper?
5, 4,
So Danny DeVito.
3, 2.
We'll JT it.
Last one.
Who played Ralph, the kidnapper, in Robert
I just
Zemeckis'
remember seeing him on the
Romancing
picture of the cover of the movie.
5,
Give it a shot. Just throw it out.
3, 2.
Danny DeVito.
That's correct. Founding fathers are going to sudden death. Rocha pulling the Ben Bateman move.
Get the board out.
Sending it in and even tricking his own teammate.
and getting a JT rule usage in the process. So neither team really
I'm all
having much
flustered.
to take with them into sudden death. It's pretty much their movie trivia. You know how their reliance on each other, but it's really going to depend on the strength of the individual as opposed to the sum of the parts. Now that we are here in sudden death.
All right, so as we get to sudden death, Mark is going to give the rules on how it works.
Yes, sir, I do. Let's do it.
I'm ready.
Ready?
Willing and able to assist in the case of emergency.
All right, guys,
We
you
need a
ready to go?
verbal-
Here we go.
verbal
And
confirmation.
Corruption does have one last JTE rule. The founding fathers are out. All right, here we go. And I'm not going to tell you categories either. Here we go. Who directed 1999's The Three Kings?
Big fat. I don't know.
5,
I have it at the top of my tongue, but I can't think of it.
3,
Dang it.
2, 1. Hands down. Dan.
I didn't get it written down in time. I know this. It's David O. Russell. I did not get it written down in
Oh,
time. I wrote down
dang.
Spike Jones. David O. Russell. I tried to write down there.
But it looks more
leave
like
it to your
Spike.
Can't
judgment,
accept
but-
that you don't have
okay.
anything at
Damn.
all, so.
David O. Russell.
David O. Russell.
David O. Russell.
I thought you said it counted. You said he's the first.
No.
Wait, I thought. I'm sorry.
He got it right.
No, we didn't.
No, he didn't write it down. Oh my gosh.
What is happening?
Oh my gosh.
Murrell didn't get it.
All right, we are back, and much debate going on here. Phone calls were made, conversations were had. This is the biggest challenge we've ever had.
These are the
ever.
quality checks that we issue to
All right.
bring you the best possible game.
Here is the official ruling. I'm not doing this one. Mark, here you go.
I seem to do a lot of these, and I'm happy to because I'm a fan of refereeing the rules. And at the Rules
corruption.
Summit that
Yeah.
we had many months ago, we determined that in order to get a correct question answered in either round 1, the betting round 3, or in sudden death overtime, it's a timed question. So not only do you have to think of the correct answer, you also need to write down the
Yeah.
correct answer in the time allotted. It's the same amount of time for every competitor. Just because one competitor is
If you
asked
don't have time,
first
that's
to
what
reveal
the
their
JTE
answer,
rules
the other
for.
Right.
the other 3 competitors are not allowed to continue writing. It's the same rules for everyone, and with that ruling, that does mean that corruption will be winning and advancing to the next round of the
Hell
Anarchy
yeah.
tournament.
This is bullshit. This is bullshit.
And that's the ruling.
And
Mark.
with that, corruption has advanced to the next round.
Damn. It's not though.
Kalinowski, Chance Ellison will play against. Mark
It's like
Riley.
Jane Fonda a little
Damn.
bit.
Wow, I mean,
Rocha's gone.
I don't see controversy in this match anywhere. He clearly had not written down David O. Russell in the time allotted. Now, obviously, you can say the chance didn't write down O. Russell the proper way, but it was phonetically correct. Therefore, the point is awarded. It's a tough way to lose a match. I'll give anybody that.
Screw
but
grammar
it
and
is how they
spelling.
lost the match, and it
Phonetically.
was done fair and square by Corruption, who knew now they're going to move on.
Yeah,
to
because I saw a
play in
chance he
round
had.
number
Oh,
two.
Russell.
All right, we're going to
David O. Russell.
to talk to
Which, for
Jennifer.
all I know, that's
May or may not be.
how the hell he spells his name. I don't
We all
know.
know it's showing up.
No, it's a.
Thanks, Mark and
like it's in
Christian,
his
for
middle
putting
name.
me in this fun spot back here.
It could be a Russell.
Yeah,
for all
obviously,
I know.
guys, I'd like to say congratulations. I'm sure none of us wanted the match to end the way it did with any kind of controversy, because I think we all want to win clean around here. But the rules that we ironed out in our rule meeting specifically said punctuation really doesn't matter as long as phonetically you spell it correctly. And there is no other, I looked it up, there is no Irish
I was gonna say this.
David O. Russell.
I've dealt with this before with Frigga and Phrygia. I spelled it wrong and I pronounced it wrong. He spelled it right, pronounced it right. End of debate.
Yeah.
That's it. I've dealt with this before. To see it go to that level, it shouldn't have gone to that level.
It shouldn't
And that's
have.
why it ruled that way. It sucks, but
Absolutely. We've all been there. We've all seen this happen, and we've ironed out these rules for a reason in case these type of things happen.
First of all, I want to. You don't need to worry about us, Jennifer. You know I respect you as a professional. You're not in a tough spot here.
Ken.
We're happy to be here talking about this match, and what this is about is it's a check by the box. It's a victory. It's two Titans meeting, and that's what this was. And yes, by that I'm inferring that this is now a Titan of the game. This wonderful chance coming in here and
Love
really
it if
showing
you're
what
Titan
he's
in
capable
there.
of here.
Yeah.
And this is about a man who's had the entire league on his shoulders. In a way, exposing the corruption of what's going on. There's a lot of other things going on in his mind. So to have you perform like a champion today, Mike, it was a pleasure to watch. And,
Love
and
that
I
both of them
know
pulled it
the
out.
other gentlemen are upset. I know it didn't go their way. But at the end of the day, this was always about truth
he
and
had his
destiny.
JTE roll,
That's
he
what
could've
we're
done
here
it.
today for.
I can't sum it up any better than that. Hey guys, we're back with the Founding Fathers.
damn, Rocha's
guys,
pissed.
obviously, I know this is not the way you
Yes.
wanted this match to go down. This is not how you wanted this match to end. I think we're all a little surprised and confused and are going to need some time to process this whole
You're not
thing.
the only ones.
But I honestly don't even know what to say to you guys. What are you feeling right now?
Listen, first of all, if John doesn't pull Danny DeVito, we don't go to sudden overtime, and Corruption wins outright right there. If I come out with Hayden Panettiere on my question, which I missed, we win. If I write David O. Russell down in time, we're playing at least to another question. So John took us as far as we went in this game. And if there's
Damn,
anybody
Rocha.
that you want to look at for the loss, it's me. I mean, there was a lot of times where I could have stepped up and I didn't step up. John carried us in this game.
Don't say that.
John, you're shaking your head over there. What's going
No,
on?
Dan, you answered a majority of our round one questions. You did a great job. It's just, look, what do you want me to say? Yes, the Danny DeVito thing was a great pull, and it was nice, it was fun, and I didn't even know if it was right or not, but I remember him being in the movie, so I got lucky. But this thing here, I was happy to let Dan lose the point, as long as the David O. Russell, that's another heritage. That's a man from another freaking
Not heritage, fanaticism.
David
Is that
O.
a word?
Russell. O. Russell. O is another name. O is not O apostrophe Russell. It's a ridiculous decision, and to have it come down where it could have easily been, look, we'll take 1 point from you, 1 point from you, we'll play another round, and then neither one of us would have had a fucking issue. But it becomes a thing. You throw in the respin, you throw in the other ones have been fucked in this game, and I'm just tired of it. I'm just tired of it. The rules change every 2 months. Oh, now it's this, and now it's that. I mean, I could argue Dan answered first. It doesn't matter what he writes on his stupid-ass whiteboard. He answered first, so he's right. He's not cheating off anybody. The whiteboard's supposed to be
but it also
backup, so if you
says
fuck
the
up the
whiteboard.
question, if you
Okay.
hear someone else say it, you don't repeat it and then cheat and get a point. Dan's not
Same
cheating.
thing in round
He should've
one.
gone
What
to
if
David
you
O.
didn't
Russell,
do it right,
then
but you're
they
like,
could've gone
oh,
to
but I
David
know
O. Russell,
it's
we still would have been
Anne
tied and start all
Hathaway.
over again.
But I
That's
used
the
one of
fair
our
way to do
JTE
it.
rolls to
So
erase what I
just
wrote
don't
and
like
put
the
Anne
decision,
Hathaway.
and it's frustrating.
But if
and
I said, oh no, it's
I'm
Anne
very sorry, everybody. I
Hathaway,
blew up and blew up.
wouldn't
on
have
it,
counted.
But I care about this game a lot. I work really hard. I spent hours studying movie trivia to be good, to pull Danny DeVito out of my ass. I spent a lot of hours doing that shit, and this man does too. And I respect and I love him, and I hate that we lost this way because I have no problem losing in an honest competition, and I feel like that decision screwed us over. So I'm sorry, Jen.
No, listen. The last time I was standing in this spot, talking to you, right here, I was where John is right now with this game. It had taken me down as low as it could take me. And I didn't want to come back and play it again either. I really didn't. And getting the chance to play with this guy is what brought me back. He was the first person to text me after that match to tell me how much I was going to come back and kick ass.
And you did.
So, as surely as I knew that he was right when he told me that I was going to be back out there, I'm just as right that he's going to get out there again someday too.
This isn't just a game for those of us who play, for put our asses out there, for you guys to make fun of, and for you guys to come see or support us. We work hard to win, to play, to do our characters, to do everything. You can see the emotion in his eyes, you can see the emotion in mine. I hate losing this way because this isn't how warriors go out. We go out losing on our shield, not by a decision. And that's my issue with it. That's why I blew up. I have no problem. You've seen me take losses and not have no blow up, not get upset. Just go, you know what? He was just better on that day. But something like this goes to the heart of the game and the competition of the game. And that's why we're both emotional about it, because we know one more round, we'd have been fine. If we don't get the answers right, game over. And I know Corruption would have been fine. Regardless of Kalinowski being a little bit upset, he's a good guy. He would have understood, and Chance was in too. So the decision was easy, in my opinion, to make. 1-1, we move on to the next round. So I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep harping on it, but, you know.
I think it goes without saying that you two are two of the best, if not the best players we have in the league. And so much of this league is built on your shoulders. And I mean, it's hard standing here with you guys because it's like you guys do mean so much to this league. And I mean, I'm really excited, John, to see your match coming up with Bibiani. And I hope that this doesn't sour the whole situation for you, because you do mean the world to this league.
I worked too hard. And I don't know if I'm going to do the title match, I'll be honest with you, because the shit you get from everyone, including competitors, including fans, oh, you're handed this, oh, they took away this, you're trying to do this, you're trying to do that. All those accusations, I have to hear it all in the wind. I'm just playing. People say, Christian says, you got to play this, you got to play this. I do what he asks me to do because I love the game. And I take the shit because I love the game. So when people put it down, when people scoff, when people make fun of it, I defend it.
I love you both.
Yeah, like I said, I just look forward to walking out with this guy at the Spectacular and watching him win the belt again. That's what I look forward to.
Bibiani?
And who knows if he beats
before
Bibiani?
that,
I guess the
he
Spectacular.
beats Bibbs, right?
First of all, I'm going to watch him go out and beat
coming up
Bibiani.
before Spectacular.
Then I'm going to walk out in the Spectacular and watch him defend that belt, unless I'm the one playing him. Because you know why I'd be playing you, John? Is because you brought me back. You helped bring me back from where I was, and I'm going to help bring you back. And this is not for show. This is not for a drama. I'm not the character guy, as I hear a lot on every Schmoedown forum that there is. But I'm telling you, I've been here and I know what it feels like, and I love playing with this guy, and I can't wait to help him remember how fun this game is. Because you know what, they played a hell of a game, and I had a good time out there.
Ironically, Mark Ellis,
I gotta go blow my nose, guys.
who made this decision, you gotta respect, he's one of the founders of the game. I'll get over it. But Mark Ellis said this too. When Rocha goes down, he always gets back up. So Bibiani, I'm over it now.
There you go.
I'm
Yeah,
coming
it
for that
took him a
goddamn
moment.
title. I'm gonna fuck your world up, kid. You jumped in on every judge question.
There
You
you
think you
go.
know better. You pissed me off.
By the
now I'm
bootstraps,
coming
my
for
friend.
you, bitch. Get fucking ready. No heels, no face. I want that title around my goddamn shoulder, around my fucking waist. But either way, I'm coming for it. So get ready. Get ready, you clown.
That was a plot twist.
Very, very emotional.
Polarizing.
Very powerful interviews.
Heart-wrenching stuff.
Yeah, and all the way around. Look, Corruption takes the victory. They are moving on to play Bateman and Riley in the next round. And I don't want to take anything away from those guys. So they played great. The kid played great. Kalinowski played great, and they're moving on. You got to give. Listen, this was an emotional moment. This is a tough decision also for you because we as we moved forward, like you said with the Rule Summit, what we had, the rules are set in stone at this point. That was the rule. You made the call. I stand by your call. I agree with you, and I think that now that this thing goes forward, you look at it's the passion with what Rocha and Murrell play with. You saw it in that interview. what they have done for this league, what it means to them. And, you know, you got a chance to talk to John a little bit afterwards, and you can tell he's just fired up because this means a lot to him.
In this word anarchy, you expect chaos. You expect crazy things happening on the stage. You never want it to come down to a ruling like that in sudden death overtime, but that's how the ball bounces. And when you look at John Rocha and Dan Murrell, we said at the outset of this tournament, who's going to have the best team chemistry could potentially let us know who's going to win this whole thing. Well, Rocha and Murrell, we had no idea how they were going to play off one another. I think that match and that post-interview proved that they might be put on this earth to complement each other in movie trivia Schmoedown, not just with their knowledge, but also with being the emotional backbone for one another in the same way that Murrell, when he was down, looking at Rocha and seeing what a champion, how a champion carries himself. Now Rocha looking at Dan and seeing John Rocha run the gamut of emotion during the course of a post-match interview. He's ready to throw it all away and retire and ride his horse into the sunset, and then he dug deep. He saw that resolve, a la Rocky staring at himself in the mirror in Rocky 3, and now he's probably already doing wind sprints with Dan Murrell on a beach somewhere.
It's funny you said that's exactly what I think. They're Rocky and Apollo at this point.
But we're fans of the film.
They really are. They've become really close friends because of it, and it's funny from where you watch where they went from as competitors against one another to legit, and this is like as friends and how much it means. And Dan was able to talk Rocha and just let him know his support is there, and I believe that when Rocha is there at the spectacular, Dan's going to walk out with him, unless, of course, like you said, Dan being playing him, but Rocha's got a big step to playing Bibiani. He's got to play Bibiani. He's got to beat Bibiani, and now he's got the support. Is this going to hurt him going into that match because it's right around the corner, or is he going to rise above it, or is that determination to beat Bibiani going to do it? But I don't want to take it away from Corruption. They have advanced Mike Kalinowski, Chance Ellison, the kid really came to play. He was the MVP of this game. And now we've got Corruption going up against who's the boss, Ben Bateman and Mark Riley, and that's going to be something.
Yeah, did you notice in the match, I don't want to say it was a passing of the torch, but a little ceremonial gesture of Mike Kalinowski to let Ellison pick the numbers for round 3 that they wanted to select. We end up going to sudden death and getting an all-time great match, and for anybody out there who thinks that ruling was controversial, you can go on the message boards, you can go in the chat rooms and all that stuff. Don't yell at any of the competitors. In the words of the great Oklahoma State coach Mike Gundy, don't go after my kids. I'm a man. I'm 40. You come after me.
Well, and also thank you to everybody. Thank you
I'm
to
not 40,
patrons.
I'm 38.
All right. Well, thank you, patrons. Make sure that
Is he
once
really?
again, sign up. Check it out. This month is the horror exhibition match, and you guys can get it for Halloween. Just make sure it's exclusive just for you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank everybody. We'll see you next time.
God bless everyone.
Wowee. Everyone getting all up emotional up in this one. I mean, Jen, it's tearing
Murrell,
Murrell, like even like Rocha and Murrell tearing up and stuff like that, just having that heart. They put a lot of themselves in this league, and it's just like it gets to them sometimes, and sometimes it just overflows and takes it. But then I loved how Rocha, like, it had to happen, that moment that he had with Murrell, and that time that somber moment that they had, he had to have it, and then he was right back into it. He loves this game, so hats off to both of them for this.
Throwing another log on the fire, which is what Rocha does, and he comes back. Now I feel bad for Bibiani because I don't know, like he's a train coming through, and Bibiani's got to get in the game. Bibiani is like kind of like us, where it's like I have fun with it, but man, when that focus and dedication is fired up in Rocha, trouble is a brewing for Bibiani when it comes down to their title match. Now, when it comes down to the ruling, you know what? When the Super Bowl is played, I'm going to do a whole sports thing here. When the Super Bowl is played and there is a challenge on the field, someone's got to lose the challenge. It's either it's upheld or it's put down. And all of the conversations are brought out. They talk about it, they think about it, and whether you like it or not, whoever is on the receiving end or you are the fans, it's got to go some way. And looking at what played out here, being in that ring and what we have done, where throwing out a JTE rule just to finish, you even did it in the first round of this one, where you're like, JTE rule, so you could write it down because you know what's going to happen if you do not. You can't just shout the answer, say the right one when you knew what it was, but you didn't write it down in time, which is exactly what sudden death has evolved to, versus going through like the whole button thing and shouting it out as quick as you can. So for that, Murrell is null and void. Phonetically, if it is written phonetically, and we get in arguments with people in the comment section of these videos, of these Schmoedown reactions, where somebody's like, you spelled it wrong. If you spell it out phonetically, you know what it is, but you don't know how to spell it. And I understand O Russell, or O Russell. If it's O and Russell all together in one word, or by itself with an apostrophe or a period, doesn't matter, because the answer, no matter how you look at it, is David O. Russell. Therefore, you are going to get the answer. And even to save yourself, you're like, well, I don't know which way it is, so I'm writing David O. Russell. You're going to get the answer right, because you know what it is, and it's on the board.
I will say this, though. That is somebody's name, though. You know what I mean? Like, David O. Russell with the apostrophe is somebody's name, and that could be somebody who what happens if that was a person was also an actor, also a director.
Possible.
However, which with that ruling, however, there is that ruling that they laid out during their rule session, that they said that it doesn't matter as long as you have it phonetically spelled out, apostrophes, whatever, it doesn't matter. It was put in the rule book so you would follow the rule. Now, if there was not that rule, then I would see teetering the line a little bit of saying, well, he did put the apostrophe because then it could be O Russell, but because of that ruling, because of it was already laid down in that rule book, just like what Jen was talking about at the end, I gotta give it to corruption. I gotta give it to chance in that instance.
And rules aside, it really comes down to the referees and the judges and what is going to be decided. Even if, as the couch quarterbacks watching from home, or even if you are players in the game, it may suck and you may be 100% against it, which you have a right to do, like Rocha and Murrell feel have a right to do it. But what it comes down to is the ruling stands by whoever makes the call. Therefore, it was called, and that's what sucks, is because it's not like Rocha and Murrell are saying, like, no, it's not how it is. Like, that's why they took it to heart, because it's over for them in this tournament. Like, it did come to an end.
And it was a perfect example too of, like, they took it to heart.
Yep.
They sulked in it a little bit. They were like, no, that's wrong, that's messed up, it should have been this way. And we all do this, you have those moments where you just need to burst everything out that you're feeling because you are so invested in something.
Right.
And then you're just like, no, I'm no longer in this. But then you get right back into it and you just keep moving on, you gotta let it go and then focus on the real thing. That now Rocha has his belt with Bibiani. He has to go against Bibiani to win the belt. So he's not out of the race or not out of this game. I mean, he'll be back next year for the tournament too. It's just in this moment of time.
It's like, how do you think Kalinowski felt building that the whole, inner geekdom anarchy, and then it didn't happen? Granted, a completely different outcome, but the man is broken, and he had to pick himself up by his bootstraps and go right into the team tournament.
Yeah, I've seen it with multiple competitors in this league. I mean, we've seen it in ourselves. It does suck when you lose, but you know what? You just gotta
keep
do
going
better
at
next
it.
time and keep at it, and then you'll just. It's just like a revolving door,
Yeah.
You just kind of keep going, and then if you love it so much, you just want to do it.
Yeah, you'll get over it eventually.
Yeah.
At least you'll still be burned by it, but at the same time in the future, hang on to your JTE rules, because you never know when you may just need them. Because I don't know, like, he used the JTE rule on Hayden Panettiere. I don't know if it would have been enough. Like, is it one of those situations where I'm just going to keep using it and maybe it'll come out? Or it's like, I know I will not know this. I know I would not know it.
There's that.
Therefore, I will not use a JTE rule.
But however, there's that instance where you're like, it's right there.
That's different. That's different. That's when you're working through it. So it depends on where Murrell was. But he just asked.
Or you just do it somehow thinking that doing that JTE rule and then repeating the question again will just spark your memory again.
But I think the sparking of your memory is when you are working towards it. You're like, oh, it's right there.
But there's sometimes where you that first time when they say the question, you're just like, I have no idea exactly what this is, and then you're like, can you repeat the question? And then they repeat the question again, and you're like, oh, I know this. It was like at the beginning when he repeated the question on the Central Intelligence. I was like, I don't remember this, and then he repeated the question. I was like, I remember this, and then I had another repeat the question.
Same time, but you knew it was the one with Kevin Hart, so you were already starting to break down the blocks of figuring it out. But either way, you can't tell the future. You don't know when those JTE rules are needed or not. You
true.
go through
It's kind
matches
of
and you never use them.
That's very true.
But either way, it ended up working out for Corruption in this instance, which obviously we are happy about. Granted, yeah, it was kind of a shitty situation in the end, but either way, I am happy for Chance. I'm happy for Kalinowski. They put up a hell of a battle against the Founding Fathers, and you know what? It came down to that final question, and who knows where it would have gone after that. But in my heart, I know that our boy Chance would have done just fine going into those final questions. And props to freaking Kalinowski for being able to pull David O. Russell, when we couldn't even get Murrell to get it on the board to say it. So that was awesome for the two of them to be right there, to be able to be ready to answer and get the win. So congratulations to Corruption, and we can't wait to see them go up against Ben Bateman and Mark Riley, because that's going to be awesome just for Chance. Looking at Chance as, you know, one of us here from Tucson, Arizona, getting to go to Burbank and fight these guys in the Schmoedown ring. Like, it's amazing that he gets to go up against a lot of these titans as it is right off the bat. So either way, that was our whole discussion about this match and this situation, and we're happy to be back, although it's going to be a little sporadic because guess what? October ain't over and we got more stuff to do for this upcoming weekend, so
Yes.
I don't know if we'll be back again on Friday, but we'll
We shall
definitely,
see.
we'll be back whenever we can. But thank you guys for watching our reaction to the battle between the Founding Fathers and Corruption. Check out a lot of the stuff that we did. I mean, Doctor Who is back too. Completely forgot about that. So if you're a Whovian of any sort, come watch our reactions that we do. And you know what? Doctor Who is temporary. It's only like 10 episodes, 11 episodes a season, and then it's gone for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's tough work to be able to do this and have a 40-hour-a-week job, each of us. So we appreciate your patience, and we really love the love, guys. Thank you so much for continuing to watch our stuff. You can also like and subscribe.
Do the thing on our Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Stardust.
All the social networking gin joints, you know where they are. Kicking the party, fuel the party, keep the party going. At our Patreon gets us where we need to go. Like so many of the places we've already said. Check out those vlogs. Make them worth it, guys, because they were a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much, and as always,
Now it's time to say goodbye.
this party is over.
Bye.